I think competition is heating up for craziest movie of the year, man. Like, my God. What is going on, my fellow movie lovers, and welcome back to the Luke Ponto channel, here to bring you guys another brand new movie review. If you guys are new here today, welcome. Hit that subscribe button down below and that notification bell right next to it. Hit that thumbs up, share this video. Y'all know the drill. But today, you guys, this is actually my very first time uploading a review on its actual release date for a movie. So tonight, or today actually I should say, Jesus Christ, I'm already losing it. It's early in the morning. Today, we're going to be talking about M. Night Shyamalan's new film, Knock at the Cabin. Of course, like I said, it was directed by M. Night Shyamalan. And it stars a great leading actors. Jonathan Groff, Ben Aldridge, Dave Bautista, Rupert Grint, Abby Quinn. Lots of big names here. And M. Night Shyamalan is behind the camera once again. Let's see what we can do today. While vacationing at a cabin, a little girl and her parents are taken hostage by 4 armed strangers who demand that the family make a choice to avert the apocalypse. So if you can see a little bit behind me, I love M. Night Shyamalan. He is one of my absolute favorite filmmakers. Even though, yes, he's had a very hit or miss career with films like The Village, Lady in the Water, The Last Airbender, and After Earth, and yes, The Happening. But that's a funny, awful movie. But I love a lot of his other movies. Like, I really like Old and The Visit. But I love Glass. I know it's a hot take, but I love Glass. Split, Signs, and The Sixth Sense, and Unbreakable, right back here, which is my favorite Shyamalan movie. So, when I saw the trailer for this movie, or the trailers, I should say, because I saw both the trailers in theaters, I was kind of skeptical going into this movie because I thought the trailers gave so much away to a certain degree where it was like I could predict the twist. And oh my God, this movie was nuts. Like, I think this might be M. Night Shyamalan's craziest movie yet, like in my personal opinion. Even though Old was pretty crazy from a couple years ago, bro, this movie was crazy. Like, this movie kind of reminded me a little bit of Barbarian from last year, where it was like, I could not predict, like, where it was going to go. But obviously, this is M. Night Shyamalan, like, at the helm here. And I could not, like, I was mesmerized from start to finish, like, for this movie. But is that to say that this is a perfect movie? No, but I will get into my issues with Knock at the Cabin. And, but first of all, let me touch upon this cinematography, which is absolutely gorgeous. Like, this is some of the best cinematography of this entire year so far. Like, you literally have some incredible cinematography from the same guy that actually did collaborate with Robert Eggers on a couple of his projects with The Witch and The Lighthouse. And I was like, if he's doing an M. Night Shyamalan movie as the cinematographer, you know that the camera work for that is gonna be gold. And it sure was. Like, the cinematography for this movie is really, really beautiful. And a lot of it takes place during the daytime, which really makes it worthwhile. Like, even just looking at it, it looks beautiful. My God, man, it was such awesome cinematography. Let's touch upon some of these performances. First, I'm gonna say, I gotta talk about Jonathan Groff and Ben Aldridge. These two, I thought, had really, really good chemistry in this movie. And with what they were going for in regards to their relationship, it really worked for me. And Kristen also kind of playing as kind of playing into Haley Joel Osment from The Sixth Sense. That kid has a bright future ahead of her, and I cannot wait to see herself in any other future projects. It really, she was really, really good in this movie, and a very smart kid, I tell you. She was very, very smart. And now, Oh my god. Frickin' Dave Bautista. I mostly remember him as Drax from the Guardians of the Galaxy movies. And usually when I know about Dave Bautista, I think I usually see him in these more like comedic action roles and not really like these serious darker roles. I mostly see him as like the comic relief as a lot of these characters. But I think he might have just turned into the performance of his career as Leonard. He was, even though he's got some layers to this guy, but he is so unsettling in this movie. Like, a lot of the times, like, as the film progressed, he really started to unsettle me. And I was just riveted with his character. And Nikki-Amuka Bird was also fantastic in this movie as Sabrina. Abby Quinn was also fantastic in the movie with a really interesting backstory. And while I'm on the subject of performances, freaking Rupert Grint in this movie. Guys, okay, Hollywood, bend me your ear. I know you guys love Daniel Radcliffe. I know you guys love Emma Watson. But please stop overlooking Rupert Grint, because this dude, like, outside of Harry Potter, can really act. And even though a lot of people might complain about this film with his character being very one note, but the way he just kind of turns in that role, it was interesting to me. Like, I was really mesmerized with what they were doing with this character, and I could not help but be invested with what the strangers' like motivations were and what they were going for. And the ending of this movie was such like a out of nowhere ending for me. Like, it was just boom. Like, it was just like that, and I was like, oh man, that was what? And like, once I saw the twist coming, which obviously I'm not going to spoil it because I want you guys to go check this movie out, but the twist, like the ending, actually did kind of confuse me, because I was like, what is going on here? Like, it's so, like there's something about it that I really like, but I don't know what it is. So I had to do a little bit of further research on it, and wow, that one really got me. Like, that was probably one of M. Night Shyamalan's best like plot twists in a movie. Even though people may call it on the surface level predictable, I could not predict like where this movie was going. Like, and when a film can do that, it's doing its job, and that's what this movie did for me. But I will say this film had I have a few big nitpicks with this movie. First thing I will say is that there are some close-up shots in this movie that I kind of thought were a little bit jarring. I was just like, did we really need a close-up shot? This is odd. I mean, yes, I know I might be it's me criticizing camera work, but sometimes I feel like some close-up shots are just a little bit off to me. Like, because sometimes they're just completely like zooming in on a person's face, and it's just like, whoa, I didn't need to be that close. And also, there's quite a bit of flashback scenes revolving around our two main characters, Jonathan Groff and Ben Aldridge. And I'm not going to spoil exactly what happens like in those flashback scenes, but to me, it kind of just felt like it was just forced in there just to kind of make us think that they're the characters that we're really supposed to be rooting for. And yes, for sure. Like, of course, we're rooting for these characters from the very beginning. But sometimes I feel like these flashback sequences can be a little bit too much for me. And look, I know what people are going to be saying in the comments right now, but again, I have to specify in every single one of these reviews that this is just my opinion. And I also do think that the first act was a little odd, honestly. Like, it was just, with the first act of this movie, it kind of just felt like I was watching something different, even though I know what movie I was in for. But it's just the first act of this film, it kind of didn't feel like they were really heading anywhere. Like, to me, it just kind of felt like that it was just, okay, let's introduce our characters here a little bit. And also let's throw this in there for a minute. For a second, like, it was just off to me. But once, like, a major turn happens before the second act, I was like, oh yeah, now I'm in for a ride. And yeah, man, this movie is an absolute ride. Knock at the Cabin is honestly one of the best thrillers to come out with this entire year, even though we're very early on. But man, this movie was a lot of fun. I had a good time seeing it with my dad last night, and I would not mind seeing this movie again on the big screen. But again, it's not a perfect film. Again, some close-up shots that were just off to me. The flashback scenes could be a little bit too much. And I do think the first act kind of took a little while to get where it was going. But once a turn happens, that's when this film becomes an absolute ride from start to finish. And I cannot recommend this movie enough. Please go check out Knock at the Cabin this weekend if you guys get a chance. It is a lot of fun. I'm going to give Knock at the Cabin a 4 out of 5. I don't think it's as good as like some of his first 3 films and Split and Glass, in my personal opinion. But I did really enjoy Knock at the Cabin, and I'm really curious to see what other projects that Shyamalan has down the line, because I think this is one of his better movies in recent years. And this really just goes to show you that Shyamalan is back. And I'm really happy about that. But obviously, this is all my opinion, of course. Let me know down in the comments below what you guys thought of Knock at the Cabin. Do you guys really enjoy this movie? Do you guys hate it? Are you in the middle on it? And let me know, what is your favorite and least favorite Shyamalan movie? I'm hoping your least favorite isn't Unbreakable, but obviously we won't do that. But obviously, joking aside, but thank you guys so much for clicking on this video here today. And one last friendly reminder, hit that subscribe button once again and that notification bell right next to it. Hit that thumbs up and also share this video. You guys know what to do. And guys, look forward to more reviews coming your way very, very soon. I'm definitely going to be reviewing Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania. And there's quite a bit of other movies that we can talk about. Creed 3, Dungeons & Dragons, Super Mario Bros., and all that good stuff. Hey, stay tuned tonight, you guys, at 7 p.m. Central Time and 8 p.m. Eastern. I will be on the Bin Busters channel. We will be doing a watch-along for Ant-Man in the build-up to Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania. So keep your eyes peeled for that, you guys, and much, much more. Y'all are the best. Thank you all so much for watching. If you guys want to see more content from me, make sure you subscribe, and I will see you guys next time.